Hey Shannon, Jessica Peterson here with Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and accepting this free video. I am super excited that you did because today I'm going to show you 3 strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact in your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and it's made a huge impact in their business. Now, right now, there are hundreds of people searching for your services every single month, but you're getting 0 traffic to your website. So you're missing out on 60 to 70% of the available jobs every single month by not having these strategies in place. So today I'm going to talk to you about 3 main things. We're going to talk about your content keyword strategy, your citations, and then finally your backlinks. Okay, so as you can see here, we are on your website. You have a decent looking website. I absolutely love that you're using real authentic photos instead of stock images, so really good job on that. It is important to understand that when Google ranks a website, it is not based on appearance, it is based on content. So your website does need a lot of content, okay? Google does want a separate page for each service that you offer because that's going to allow one page dedicated to each service where you can talk about the service and the processes and answer questions for your customers, and really focus that content around the local keywords for that service. And seeing that you serve North Texas, there's multiple areas here, you really should consider having service area pages as well so that you can actually be found in each area that you serve. Okay, now your content is in many forms. It can be videos, it could be images, and you want to make sure everything is optimized with those local keywords. If we take a look at this image here, we can see it says C1 JPEG. So that is not an optimized image. We want to be optimizing every image with those local keywords. Okay. Looks like he may be doing a water extraction here. And so you're going to want to use keywords like water removal Dallas, water remediation Dallas, water damage restoration Dallas. People search differently, so you do want to capitalize on the different ways people search. 90% of people, when they need these services, don't know who you are. So they're not going to be searching by your name. They will be searching by the service that they need. So we do need to hyper focus all of your content, whether it's images or this written information here, based on those local keywords. People are actively searching for your services. Now, this home page is the most important page of your entire website because it ties all of the pages together like a pretty little bow. And so we need more than just an image. We need to have a little bit of information about each of these services. And you need to use those local keywords. Your homepage needs at least 1,500 words or more of written content. And if your competition has 1,500 words, you will need more than they have to be able to compete and beat them. So if they have 1,500 words, you're going to need at least 1,800 or even 2,000 words or more. Okay? So content is going to be absolutely critical for you guys. And then making sure you're focusing on the local keywords that people are searching. Now, Google sends crawlers, which are like mini little robots, to your website, and it scans all of your pages, all of your images, videos, and content to learn about your business. What type of services do you offer and where you offer those services? So if you don't have those pages and you don't have the right content keyword strategy, Google doesn't have enough information to be able to index you for any keywords. And if they don't have the information, how can we expect them to send visitors to your website, right? So having the strategy in place is going to be absolutely critical for you guys. If we were to look at your number one top water damage competitor in Dallas, we do have SERVPRO, and yes, they are a franchise, but you don't actually compete against an entire franchise. You're only competing against the local area locations. And each of these guys are franchisees, which are given this pretty generic website page. And because they're franchisees, they're not actually allowed to modify most of this information. So you actually have an advantage over them. So all you have to do is do better. So that means having more written content and better quality content, right? More content, better quality, more pages, more long form blogs. And all of those things are going to help you to not only be more competitive, but to be eventually able to outrank these guys. So these guys are absolutely beatable, okay? And now we know when your customers do a search, they're going to do a search similar to this. And when they do, we want your website to be what's showing up. And there's three main areas on the first page of Google that your website has that opportunity to be in the top. Okay, the first is generally going to be ads, and those are your cost per click ads and local service ads like these. And these can be really lucrative for you guys if that is something you want to do. But you do have to have your processes dialed in and the proper landing pages. You don't want to be just sending those ads and sending people to your main website, because you're not going to get the conversions and you're going to have a low ROI. So if you don't have that set up, you need to dial that in first so that you can do really well in your ads. Now, this next section here is even more important, because this is where the bulk of the traffic goes. This section here is the map pack, your Google business profile. Okay. And you want your business to show up in the top 3, because 30% of people will come straight here and won't go anywhere else. So if you're not one of these top 3 businesses, you're leaving money on the table, and you're quite literally handing your customers to your competition. So if you find that your Google profile is not in the top 3, you do need to further optimize the profile. And one of the most important things here is getting citations. And citations are simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. And directories are things like the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Glassdoor, Home Advisor, Angie's, and House. And even your social media profiles are citations. So you need to have more of those than your competition. And when you do that, that's really going to help you in ranking your Google business profile. And then this third section here is arguably the most important section. This is called the organic section. And it is so critical because 60 to 70% of people, they'll skip over the ads and they'll skip over these maps over here, and they'll come right down here to these websites. So if your website is not listed here in the organic section, you're losing 60 to 70% of the available jobs every single month. So in order for your website to actually show up here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website. Do you have the right type of content and keyword strategy? And are you supporting that strategy with backlink SEO? So that brings us to backlinks, and this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. We can see right here your website as a whole has a rating of a 0.5 out of 100 in Google's trust flow. So that tells us Google does not trust your website. And yes, it does have to do with the quality of your website, but more so it is the power we send to your website. Just like everything else, your website is a tool, and most tools require power. And so we power your website with backlinks. So we do need a lot of backlinks, and we need good quality backlinks. It's important to understand that not all backlinks are created equal, and we only want the good quality do follow links. The fact that you have over 100 backlinks and a score of a 0.5 tells us that majority, if not all of these links are pretty junky, spammy links that are actually hurting your score. And so we want to make sure that we're only going after the good quality links and we're getting more than our competitors have. So we're looking for links from similar types of businesses, like other home service businesses and vendors, etc. Okay. And as you get more of those good quality links, this score is going to go up. It's going to help you increase in the rankings. It's going to help you rank your keywords and drive people to your website. Okay. Now, because your website doesn't really have much for content or keyword strategy, you've only been indexed for one keyword, and you guys get 0 people coming to your website. So you're missing out on hundreds of potential traffic every single month, not having strategies in place. And if we look here, the only word you're indexed for is Property Restoration Solutions, which is a branded name and is not actually going to be helping you. And you're on the 9th page, so you're not even ranking. Okay. Now, if we look at your competitor here, SERVPRO, their specific location does have a low score of a 4.5 because they're not doing any SEO, and it makes sense because they can't fix the problem. But because the website as a whole has so much power, this power is able to be pushed back to these location pages and allow them to rank those keywords. So power is absolutely critical. Now, because of that, they do have 64 keywords at this one specific location, and this one location is getting over 1,300 people to their website. And when we look at those keywords, we can see these are the good local buyer intent keywords, like water damage restoration Dallas, water damage restoration Dallas TX. And we can see the type of volume here. 600 searches every single month for just that one keyword. And as I said, people search differently. And so look at all of this volume. This is over 1,000 in search volume just in Dallas alone for water damage. Okay. And we can see that they are ranking on the first page of Google. There's 10 spots, and these guys are right up at the top. And so again, like I said, these guys are actually very beatable if you apply the strategies that I have just shown you today. So please feel free to take this information that I've given you, apply it yourself, and start today and start helping more people in your community. But if you'd rather do what you do best and have a partner in this, give us a call here at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. Respond to my email or give us a call or text here, and we would be happy to chat. And also, if you don't mind, I would love to get your feedback and thoughts on this video so I can continue to make them better. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.